Yeah, of course. I'm not going to take up too much of Nick's time here, but I'm sure most people in the Handshake community are aware of Nick. He built the gateway hns.is that a lot of people use, and then he's also been doing some work on Cyber Labs, his new project or group where he's pushing a lot of stuff that he's building. But yeah, I'll let you go ahead and intro, and I won't take up any more of your time, Nick.
Hello everyone. I hope you enjoyed first part of Flamingo Handshake. It's pretty important for me because I am in the middle of uh, mm, battle between Russia and Ukraine, and every dollarido can help us to stand against Russian aggression. Uh, so don't be greedy and place generous offers on next part of Flamingo Handshake. Yes, I'm a creator of hns.is, but in this part I'll do opposite. I'll fight against gateways and centralization. I think that there is very few people who aren't tech involved, and I don't need to explain advantages and disadvantages of different methods of resolving DWeb content. Not only handshake names, but also files stored in SIA, files stored in RVF, IPFS. So I will simply list it. There is there is gateways that are bridges between web and DWeb. Lite clients, which gets info directly from mining nodes and stores only important info, and full nodes where your PC verifies all interactions with blockchain that it received from other full nodes and mining nodes. If you
Hey,
have
Nick,
any
really quick. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. I don't know if you're presenting your screen for your PowerPoint or you're just gonna do a speaker like this.
I have a little presentation, but I don't think it can show more. But I'll show it.
Okay. Yeah, it's just the little arrow with the box where you can share your screen. All right, coming in good.
Um, yeah, hey, as you can see on my screen, I don't like decentralization of Skynet. It's because they promote usage of gateways, the most insecure way of accessing DWeb. They call it portals, and while it makes accessing of data simple, it also remains as insecure as accessing handshake with hns.is. Um, and I thought that it's okay, that it's for user adoption convenience. But then I've talked to few people from Skynet's ecosystem and asked them a simple question. How do you access content stored in Skynet? And got simple but very dumb answer. I just fetch it from Siasky.net. In some cases, they replit, I have a list of few portals and fetch content from random one. My dear devs, it's okay to fetch data from portals in browser where we can't install Node and interact with it. But please, don't do it when your application is installed directly on user's computer. We must do decentralization, but not just use gateways and hype on DWeb names. There is many services that is centralized but pretend to be decentralized. But Namebase is the most striking example, and especially their fully decentralized the links. Let me just show you the link creation path, or exactly tell. about it. I'll not go into show because I was too lazy to make presentation. Firstly, we go to namebase.com, under standard ICANN DNS, where while connecting to their centralized backend, the only link management panel is located here. Then we create our link and centralized namebase server uploads page that it generated to Skynet using the sky.net portal. You may say, Nick, it's just creation. Overall, it's decentralized. But let me buzz this myth too. To do it, just look at the way we resolve the link. Firstly, we connect to name-based DNS servers to resolve IP of sia.namebase.io gateway that proxies traffic to Siasky.net Skynet portal. So it's like double centralization between gateways. Yeah, Namebase, I agree, fully decentralized. I think that we must put a big red banner on all sites that serves with Namebase DNS because it's as centralized as using hns.to with accessing to access handshake names. If you have any questions for this part, ask it and I'll reply.
Hey Nick, some people are saying that to double check your screen share window and make sure you're showing the right presentation, or maybe like the slides are stuck or something.
I was too lazy to make many slides, so it's the right presentation.
Oh, okay, okay, that's okay. All right.
Mm, any questions more?
No, 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 that should be it.
Uh, okay, then let me find right page and continue. Um, And there is much more such fake decentralized apps, including HNS Chat and others. And the worst, it's very easy to build fake decentralized app because you need to set authoritative DNS server for your app. Anyways, and the worst thing you can do with it is set your DNS point to centralized NS servers like Namebase or SynPapel's NS. Of course, should be a spoonful of honey is this barrel of terror, and I'm going not only to criticize, but only suggest decentralized solutions. If you listened to Luke Burns on previous HandyCon day, then you should know about HyperZone and about HIP5. And it's our solution to this problem. It allows us to drop decentralized and all DNS servers protocol and replace it with solutions based on decentralized storage protocols like Hypercore, IPFS, Arweave, SIA, or even Ethereum contracts. HyperZone is HIP5 implementation with Hypercore protocol as storage provider. Skyname is the same but with Skynet instead of Hypercore. And Arzone with Arweave under the hood is coming. If you want to your app to be little more decentralized, then definitely look at these ones. So I think, oh, I forgot to change the slide. So I think a myth is busted. If something uses handshake, it's not means that it's decentralized. Okay, we found how to store DNS records without DNS servers. And now I'll tell you about how to host your site with decentralized storage provider. We are lucky because we have solution to this problem. And you already know it, Skynet. Yes, I've said that it's too centralized with portals. But if we drop portals like Siasky.net and install mini local portals to users' devices, then we can make decentralization work and our app will be decentralized. If, uh, yes, you need to download 30 gigabytes of SIA blockchain to each user's device, and users have to pay some SIA coins even for downloads. But the game is worth the candle. There is also few alternatives to SIA, formerly Skullnet, mm, like IPFS and Filecoin, and DWeb, permanent and decentralized storage space. But I don't know enough about IPFS with Filecoin, so I can't recommend it. Our web is worth attention because it of course has gateways like Skynet, but it can live even without it, just with Nodes API. Also, there you pay once and your data becomes available forever. And you don't need to check health of file like in Skynet because Spora algorithm ensures maximal availability of every file stored in network. So this decentralized storage protocol is definitely worth your attention if you want your DApp to be real DApp and not super NFT Web3 fully decentralized app. I think there is some time left, so you can write me questions to my Twitter. My Twitter is angrymouse underscore HNS. I'll respond to it right in this conference.
All right, looks like we got done a little bit early. Now would be a great time for any Q&A that people want to drop in the chat for Angry Mouse to talk more about this or anything that he's working on, really. And then, Angry Mouse, if you wanted to as well, you could talk about kind of what you're doing at Cyber Labs too, if you wanted to shill that out.
Yeah, I founded Cyber Labs because I personally don't have enough time to develop my project. So I've met so many people, few people who also wants to do decentralized projects like me, and funded a team. So um, you can expect much more questions, uh, products from this team because there is two enthusiast people in it, and and will develop more.
Yeah, sounds cool. I can't wait to see what you guys are building or what products you ship out next. I'm always looking to play with some cool stuff. Not seeing.
I'm not seeing any questions in my Twitter. Ask me.
If you want to, or if there's.
I could bring up some points, like just in a little bit of the other side of defense of maybe centralization. I know it's a dirty word, but I know it's easier, but also sometimes centralization just is a bridge. Like there's these gateways or bridges to fully decentralized. I mean, of course, we all want to be fully decentralized, myself included, but there's onboarding, there's still bridging of Web 2 to Web 3, you know, and not all of Handshake has to be decentralized. Name servers, I know you brought up HNS chat. I mean, I think we're aware that the maybe the host, the content maybe is centralized, but the name of Handshake or username is still decentralized, depending on where you may be the custodian of your Handshake name, but it's still the name is decentralized, right? Just maybe being aware of the host might not be decentralized, but the name is decentralized. I always think of it in two parts, and there's the Handshake, the domain name, whether it's ENS or Handshake or other names, and there's the host, right? Those are the and maybe I'm wrong, but those are the main two parts to consider. Right? Is your domain name centralized or decentralized? Is your host centralized or decentralized? I guess there's probably other parts too in that chain. But just for thought of people here, to keep those two main parts, right? The domain name and then the hosting.
I've seen a pretty cool phrase in chat. Not your case, not your domain. And it's very, very true. Because for now, very many people use Namebase as main domain provider. So if some government or IDK organization will ask them to take down your site, they'll of course do it because otherwise they'll have problems with labs. So if you really want to fully control your domain, I'd want you to switch to Bob Wallet or to just HNS has the node.
Yeah.
And
So there are questions coming in now, like this one from Data and Son. How would you onboard users fully decentralized apps without them having to jump through hoops such as running a full node? I mean, even in the main Telegram handshake chat in between day 1 and 2, somebody's trying to download Bob Wallet. They said they waited for like a day for it to sync. It's not syncing still. They don't have their coin yet on their wallet to do something. I mean, what's your answer to? I guess just deal with it, right? I mean, what's your answer to that? Just everybody runs a full node.
They can don't run full node, run just lite node. It's as decentralized as full node. But don't use just nodes for SPV. But I'd like people to think about switching from nodes hosted on other servers to their own even light nodes, even light nodes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, there's another question. Visible, you can. Oh, there.
Yeah, Miguel is asking, is it considered a fake DApp or scam if you in the ad says that you own the SLDs when you don't have the keys? So they just need to say that people rent it. That's all. So is it okay for it, like, for apps or dApps to be semi-centralized as long as they like state it and it's well known that that's happening?
I think as long as app isn't fully decentralized, it's fully centralized, and there is no semi-decentralized apps because we have points that we can press on and to take down sites. And about SLDs, yeah, it's centralized. As I know, in Namebase rating service. but we have examples of really decentralized SLDs like forever domains or .x, as I remember.
Okay. Okay. Fiscal, you want to read Richard's input, or thanks?
Yeah, well, Richard is just saying that he agrees with you for the most part, that with the issues of government, stripping domains, that it can become an attack vector for these so-called decentralized sites, and then we actually have a part 2 from Miguel. If you burn the TLD and maintain the SLD sales, is it fully decentralized?
I don't think you really burn it. You would lock it. Like he's talking like .badass.
Oh, so like if you use like a locking script, like badass or forever TLDs mean?
It sounds kind of. I don't know if Miguel's question is a little bit complicated, but
These questions are pretty complex. I'll need to think about it.
One.
Okay.
I mean, Miguel, that's kind of like there's a lot of questions in each part of that, but I could maybe even try like. I mean, yeah, like .badass locked .badass in Ethereum, and anybody can renew the TLD by sending the renewal script, so they themselves don't own or control it anymore. And then the SLDs are up to the SLD owner. They made a fork of ENS domains on Ethereum, and then you can renew it there. So I think that's so the renting of the SLD on Ethereum is you pay the renewal every year on an ETH to keep it. But I mean, there's so many different questions. You can do Matic or different blockchains. Okay, there's a lot more and more questions coming in here. Let's see. There's lots of different. I want to show.
But Mike, your beauty in these glasses. I just want to make.
I'm like I'm half a nun. I'm half a nun. Well, not really. I'm fully show, but at least hiding some.
I think I can show myself too.
Oh, there you are. Cool. Nice. Nice.
Of course, not in Handshake hoodie, but I'm cool even without it.
Great, man. Thanks for going on. Awesome. I'll take my. It's too dark here. Okay, I put Jordan's question up, but it's a good point to bring up. I don't think it's entirely possible to have something fully decentralized and not lack good performance until decentralized can run server-side code. So he's the one that's developer of hns.chat. He'll be sharing later too.
I think everything that we now do at backend, we can do with smart contracts, and it will be enough.
Okay. Yeah, but I mean, I do think that it's slower, right? If it's decentralized, because it has to sync on the blockchain, right? Or I'm not technical enough to answer it, but I mean, there is performance. I think the main point is there's performance delays on these running them fully decentralized.
It's pretty slow on blockchains like Ethereum because their mining nodes verify all interactions with smart contract. But we have lazy smart contracts like in Arweave, where PC of runner smart contract runner verifs all interactions with it, and it makes this contract very fast and cheap. Definitely take a look at it. Just Google smart weave. I'll place it in chat.
Okay, yeah, the chat. Smart weave. Okay. I'm losing. I don't know if Fistful you see any chats or there's some Q&A. I think that was answered already. Fistful, you seen any chats here to bring up? Lots of.
No, I mean you guys covered most of what everybody was asking and talking about.
But yeah, again, Nick, it's really thanks, especially under the environment and circumstances, to come and share today. But I don't know. I don't want to like be a little bit too negative on the centralized. I mean, I know we all want decentralized, but I think there's gonna be centralized solutions for a little bit longer in this ecosystem, right? Do you think it? Yeah, like Richard's saying, it's a road.
I just want people to put its priority to higher place, because we all say that some services is decentralized, and they pose this like their main advantage, but they're centralized, and they just hype on it.
Yeah, no, I totally get where you're coming from. It's right now we kind of have a spectrum of centralization and decentralization for a lot of the products that we have, but we can't tout around decentralization if it's not actually there, you know?
Yeah, that's a fair point. Okay. I think we're a little bit over time, but I think we're almost done with the auctions, but we can go back to the auctions. But Nick, is there something else you'd like to end with today, or you can even join us in the auction if you want on stage?
I've said it in first part of my speech, and I'll say it last. Don't be greedy. Place generous offers. Buy web-страница and HNS chat. Buy all.
Yeah, Nick, there's some chats. I don't know if you see some of these. Yeah, thanks from Richard and.
Thank you, Richard Kirkendall.
Yeah, thanks for your support.
All right, everybody. Okay, I think we'll wrap up this session. So we have 3 more names on the fundraiser. Actually, Nick, do you want to share? I think up right now is I think it's your word, the Russian word for web page. Do you want to share about that? That's up for auction.
It's Russian and Ukrainian word. It's word for almost all Russian-based languages have. So it's Ukrainian too.
Oh, it's both. Okay, so it's both language. Oh, it can be used in both. That's great. Okay. All right. I think then we'll wrap up this session. Thank you again, and yeah, stay safe.
Okay. Bye all.
All right.
Subscribe to my Twitter.
Yeah, follow Nick on Twitter, and stay safe, man.
Yeah. Okay, buddy.
Bye.
Kinetic is a blockchain crypto investment firm based in Hong Kong and Puerto Rico. Founded in 2016, they were the first fund in Hong Kong and one of the earliest in Asia. With a portfolio of over 220 companies, they were seed investors in such projects as Ethereum, Parity and Polkadot, Solana, FTX and of course Handshake and Namebase. Founder Johan Chu is an active investor and supporter of the Handshake ecosystem. Over 100,000 domains, co-founder of DWeb Foundation, co-founder of HandyCon, and sponsor of the Handshake House at Miami Hack Week 2022.